Welcome to the gaming news of the week. This week, the developer 9 Studio has announced a sequel to their open-world action RPG Outward, titled Outward 2. After selling 1.3 million copies from the first Outward game, 9 plans to improve the sequel in every aspect. They've promised an enhanced combat system with the option to wield two-handed weapons, character improvements in both creation and progression, a more lively world with day and night cycles, seasonal weather conditions affecting NPC behavior, and significant encounters for a more emotional and deeper story. Character creation and progression have been improved with a major overhaul in character appearance customization, a new skill tree, tasks to unlock improvements, and more. The combat system has also been refined through improved responsiveness and the addition of the much requested dual-wielding system. Outward 2 does not have a release date yet, but the game does have a Steam page, revealing that it will support single-player mode as well as online and couch co-op mode. It will be available for consoles and PC. Moving on, we have some news from Koei Studio. You may not be familiar with Mighty Koei Studio yet, but it's definitely worth noting, as among its more than 100 employees are industry veterans who have worked at renowned studios such as From Software, Konami, Wargaming, CD Projekt Red, and Ubisoft. This week, they announced the adaptation of Thorgal into a video game, and presented a vision of its world in the first trailer. In addition to Thorgal, they're also developing a new sci-fi Souls-like game called The Night Wanderer, which you can check out in our article. In Thorgal, players will assume the role of the main character in the series, and experience many adventures from the comics, such as encountering dangerous bandits, formidable monsters, and invincible gods, as well as meeting powerful allies. It's going to be an adventure game with RPG elements, and from the studio, they assured that it could be a strong competitor to The Witcher 4. This is possible thanks to the use of Unreal Engine 5 with their own extensions and the incorporation of cutting-edge technologies such as photogrammetry and AI. For those unfamiliar with the comics, we're talking about a saga that has been published since 1977 and translated into 18 languages. It has sold over 20 million copies, and its story revolves around Thorgal, a mysterious star child who protects his loved ones from both humans and the wrath of vengeful gods, becoming a permanent part of fantasy canon. Although we don't have a release date or window, we know that the game will be launched on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Next up, we have some ESO news. Bethesda released the Ithelia Dungeon Pack and Update 41 for the base game on PC. Players can explore 2 new dungeons in the Scions of Ithelia DLC, which is available for PC and will release on consoles on March 26th. The DLC features 2 PvE dungeons, Oathsworn Pit and Bedlam Vale, offering unique rewards, collectibles, achievements, and item sets. These dungeons tie into the upcoming Gold Road chapter, releasing on June 3rd for PC and June 18th for consoles. The DLC will be available to anyone with ESO Plus or for 1,500 crowns on the Crown Store. Another addition for the DLC is the Sounds of Ithelia Collector's Bundle, costing 4,000 crowns and including the DLC, a mount, a pet, and 5 crown experience scrolls. ESO Plus members can claim this bundle for free for 2 weeks post-release on each platform. Update 41 accompanying the DLC offers some fixes, additions, and improvements, introducing stackable siege weapons and updates to minimum specifications on PC for better performance. The update launches alongside the DLC, so it's already available for PC and will be released for consoles on March 26th. Next up for the news this week is some Monster Hunter news. Capcom announced the Monster Hunter Stories and its sequel Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, set to release this summer. Originally launched on the Nintendo 3DS, both titles offer a unique RPG experience where players become riders, embarking on missions to solve world mysteries. The games will launch on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PC via Steam on June 14, 2024. The re-releases will feature enhancements such as Japanese and English voiceovers, 7 new subtitle languages, and a new museum mode showcasing over 200 pieces of conceptual art, background music, and developer sketches. Additional title updates previously exclusive to Japan will also be included. The announcement was made during the Capcom Highlights Day 2 event, promising fans enhanced gameplay experiences with improved graphics and high-definition lighting on larger screens. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin will continue the adventure, allowing players to explore vast environments and uncover ancient legends alongside new characters. The game emphasizes the bond between players and their monsties, as they attempt to thwart the potential destruction foreseen due to the power of the legendary Rathalos. These releases are a part of Capcom's celebration marking the 20th anniversary of the Monster Hunter franchise, which we touched on last week. Next up, we have some news from Enshrouded. Keen Games have unveiled future plans for their smash hit Enshrouded, the survival action RPG that is currently in early access. Following its launch on Steam in February 2024, Enshrouded quickly became a hit with over 1 million players in 4 days. Although the survival genre is quite saturated, the fantasy RPG version of the genre has a lot of interest, with Enshrouded's player base growing every patch. Enshrouded was launched in early access, which means it will be constantly updated and expanded with new features and content. Keen Games have now revealed the roadmap for 2024, showing fans of the game what they can expect this year. Many of the points mentioned in the roadmap are based on the game's feedback board, where players can suggest new features and changes. The list of promised additions includes some of the most popular suggestions from the board, such as a dynamic weather system, vanity armors, water, pets, and farm animals. Keen Games have not yet revealed exactly when these features will arrive in the game. However, they have promised that the game will receive its first content update this month, which is planned to introduce new and larger dungeons to the game. Next, we have some news for Sea of Stars. Sabotage Studio announced a new cooperative mode for their JRPG, Sea of Stars, which has reached over 5 million players globally. This count includes players from PlayStation Plus Extra and Game Pass. The game managed to win Best Indie Title and surpassed 4 million players in December. The upcoming cooperative mode, termed Single Player Plus, enables up to 3 players to explore the game's world together, enhancing the experience by finding secrets and treasures. A trailer revealed characters Zale, Valere, and Garl exploring together, featuring a Super Mario Bros.-like bubble for grouping distant players. Additionally, the mode will introduce cooperative timed attacks to enrich combat, although still in development. More details are expected soon. Sea of Stars has been pretty well received, winning Best Independent Game at the Game Awards 2023 and earning nominations for Game of the Year, Best Design, and Best Visual Art at the Game Developers' Choice Awards. Next, we have some Granblue fantasy news. Video game publisher and developer Saga has announced a free major update coming to Granblue Fantasy Relink for PlayStation and Steam on March 14, 2024. The update is to include a new challenging boss battle against Lucilius, various gameplay adjustments, and more additional content. To be more specific, they've added a new mission, the Final Vision, added aiming sensitivity, some additional camera settings, and new Steam trophies. Other updates include specific character balance adjustments for multiplayer mode, a couple of bug fixes, and a variety of quality of life improvements, including visual and audio indicators to signal when you've lost your benefits. This update is just one of a series of planned content updates for Granblue Fantasy Relink. It was originally announced in February during the special livestream for Granblue Fantasy's 10th anniversary. The game will receive more content in the future, including the addition of Seofon and Toyen as playable characters in April. As for the microtransactions, you can now buy upgrade packs that'll help boost your characters and weapons. They are priced as follows: Let's Chat Emote Expansion Set for $2, Self-Improvement Pack for $3, Weapon Uncap Items Pack for $3, Weapon Upgrade Items Pack for $3, and Sigil Upgrade Items Pack for $3. Granblue Fantasy Relink has been quite successful since its release in February. In its first 11 days alone, the game sold more than 1 million copies. If you're interested, you can check out our beginner guide on our channel. This week, we also saw some surprising news from the Runescape creators. Andrew Gower, the creator of Runescape and founder of Jagex, is developing a new MMO titled Brighter Shores through his new studio Fen Research. The game, which has been in development for a decade, will utilize the new FenForge graphics engine and is set to release on PC via Steam later this year, potentially compatible with Steam Deck. Influenced by RuneScape, Gower aims for a less tedious MMO experience, focusing on reducing grinding. Brighter Shores will be fully free to play, but offers an optional premium pass, avoiding the frequent microtransactions typical in modern MMOs. The game introduces 3 new classes: Cryonite, Hammermage, or Guardian, moving away from traditional MMO roles like mages, rogues, and warriors. It features a diorama art style and promises innovative twists on the genre. Gower is committed to revamping MMORPGs by addressing common pitfalls and enhancing gameplay. Brighter Shores will offer extensive free content with a premium pass available for additional quests and updates, aiming to provide a fulfilling and grind-free experience. Gower expressed his enthusiasm for the project, highlighting it as a labor of love and anticipation for player engagement. Next, we have the pre-alpha of Vindictus. Nexon have released a pre-alpha test for Vindictus Defying Fate, aligning with the Steam Spring sale, as previously indicated. This fantasy RPG, inspired by Celtic mythology, offers players intense, action-packed battles against mythical monsters. In Vindictus Defying Fate, players engage in a dark, thrilling odyssey, facing fearsome opponents and exploring a mysterious 3D world. The game emphasizes skill, strategy, and reflexes in combat against larger-than-life enemies. Players can select characters that fit their playstyle, each with unique weapons and combat techniques. For example, Lan and Fiona, 2 popular characters from the original 2010 MMO Vindictus, returning with revamped gameplay. Fiona offers a defensive style with her sword and shield, while Lan excels in agility and counterattacks with dual swords. Players can explore new worlds, use different emotes, and try out various outfits. If you want access to the pre-alpha, you'll have to request access on their official store page. If you get access, you can simply click play to download it to your library and start the game. The last piece of news for this week that we have is from Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory have confirmed that Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 will feature a photo mode from its launch day, as announced on the social network X/Twitter. The studio released 4 screenshots showcasing the mode, highlighting the game's highly detailed worlds. The game, utilizing Unreal Engine 5, showcases next-gen graphics with realistic details achieved through extensive research, motion capture, and material scanning, particularly from trips to Iceland. Despite its linear narrative focus, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 promises an immersive and intense story lasting 8 to 12 hours similar to its predecessor. The sequel will continue Senua's journey, facing internal and external battles, emphasizing cinematic immersion, stunning visuals, and surround sound. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 will be exclusive to Xbox Series X and X, PC, and available on Xbox Game Pass. The game is set to launch on May 21st, ensuring availability for Game Pass subscribers from day one. So that's about it for this week's news. It seems like a lot of new games got announced this week. If you're interested in supporting the channel, be sure to leave a like, let us know what you think about all the news in the comments below, and check out our VIP subscription on the website for some exclusive supporter benefits. We will be seeing you next week.